Robert Whittaker versus Dricus Du Plessis. The way people are acting about this fight, does it even matter? Because everyone thinks Robert Whittaker's just going to blow through him. And if that is the case, do you really care to see Israel Adesanya versus Robert Whittaker 3? Like, do you? Do you really? Or not? And if you don't think he's going to blow through Dricus Du Plessis, you would be in the minority because we're looking at some pretty hefty odds for Robert Whittaker, and it's no different as far as like just what people are picking. You look at the Tapology, 87% have Robert Whittaker. So, I mean, you're in a very vast minority if you think Dricus Du Plessis is going to win this fight. But even if that is the case to where Whittaker does go out there and win, people are so down on Dricus Du Plessis that it's like, okay, he beat Dricus. You knew he was going to beat Dricus. Does that really gain him a title shot after that? Because you've been talking so down about Dricus Du Plessis to where a win over him shouldn't mean anything. So does this fight even really matter? Because you're not giving Dricus a shot, and you're saying he's trash, and then you're saying Whittaker's just going to run through him. So if he's facing a guy that he could just run through easily, does he really deserve a third title shot? I mean, the way people are going about this fight, I don't see how this even means anything. I mean, if I'm looking at it, personally, I would give Dricus Du Plessis more of a chance than people are because it's a 3-round fight. And you look at how strong Dricus Du Plessis can be and what he can do to people. Is it out of the question that he could do, or at least find some success in a spot like this against a guy in Robert Whittaker? Because I see a similar way to this where it's like a Petr Yan Sean O'Malley fight, to where Sean O'Malley is super talented, but you're going against a guy in Petr Yan who was a champion, and he's been at the top of the division for a long time, and you're getting a guy that's making a very big jump up, but it's a 3-round fight, and they just have to win 2 of the rounds, and they only have to win them by a very slim margin. If you look at the fight with Sean O'Malley and Petr Yan, a lot of people say it's a robbery, but Sean could have won 2 of those rounds just by a very slim margin. And Dricus Du Plessis could win 2 rounds just by a very slim margin. And the odds that we're looking at right now, it's like Dricus has no chance. And the fact that people are not giving him any chance, I don't want to say is like, I mean, it's kind of disrespectful because I'm not saying Dricus Du Plessis is going to win, because Robert Whittaker is about as well-rounded of a fighter as you can get. And he presents a lot of problems for Dricus just because he's so good defensively as well. But the problem is Dricus had that nose surgery. No, I'm not even going to kid about that. But Dricus did have the nose surgery, which could help him with the cardio. It absolutely could. How much stock can you put into that? I don't know. We will see how much stock you could put into a nose surgery after he fights, if he does, make it to a late second into a 3rd round and he looks fresh. For me, I'm not going to put too much stock into it. But I'm looking at this one like Dricus Du Plessis has not really lost. I mean, his only loss within the past 10 years is to Roberto Soldic, who is a monster. Like Roberto Soldic is 20-4, and that was at welterweight. So since he's been at middleweight, he has not lost in the last 9 years. So obviously undefeated in the UFC. The wins in the UFC are like, they don't age well. I'm definitely keen to that. Like Derek Brunson, Darren Till, Brad Tavares, Trevin Giles. The wins don't age well. But I think the fact that this is if this is a 5-round fight, give me Robert Whittaker 100, damn near 90% of the time, because he's going to be able to find a way to win 3 rounds. But if Dricus can come out and blitz him, take the first round, and force Robert Whittaker to play to the fact that he has to win these last 2 rounds, I think that could put him in a lot of trouble because, I mean, Robert Whittaker, it's not like Robert Whittaker doesn't lose rounds. Like, he can lose rounds. Will he lose rounds is the question. Like, he's not invincible. I think Dricus Du Plessis could go out there and have some success in spots. So I think this fight matters. Obviously, it matters because it's the number 1 contender's fight. But the way people are going about it, it's like it shouldn't even matter because they're not giving Dricus any shot. And by default, if Whittaker wins, then the win shouldn't really mean anything because he's beaten some scrub, apparently, to what people are saying. So, and if it doesn't mean anything, then the winner shouldn't be a number 1 contender's fight. But if Dricus beats Robert Whittaker, then the way people are going about Dricus is like, this guy's shit. This guy is shit. So should he get the title shot if he does beat Robert Whittaker? It goes back to like the Sean O'Malley thing because like he squeaked out a split decision against Petr Yan, and then he's getting a title shot. So, and then they're gonna say Aljo's gonna run through him. So at that point, okay, if Dricus could squeak out a split decision against Robert Whittaker, then they're just gonna go back to the same thing and say Israel Adesanya is gonna run through him. So does this fight really mean anything? I don't know. I mean, the way people are talking about it doesn't really mean anything. But either way, I'm going to be there in person, so I'm going to watch it and I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm giving Dricus a much better shot than most people are, just for the fact that it's a 3-round fight. Dricus is an awkward fighter. He's super awkward. You watch him fight, and he's like looks clumsy and weird, and just weird entries and reversals that like don't even look like they should work. But who knows? Like he looks like he's jacked. He looks like he should have better cardio with the nose surgery. And Robert Whittaker, the win over Vettori doesn't age the best. You know, his win over Vettori is the only win he has since the Adesanya fight. It doesn't really age the best, considering what we just saw Cannonier do to Vettori. So, and Vettori almost lost to Delite. So I don't know. I just had to go over this because the way people are talking about it is kind of like pissing me off. Because like this is a good fight. Like just enjoy it. Don't be like Whittaker by whatever he wants or like Whittaker by murder. It's like, bro, then if you're just downplaying the fight, then like it doesn't mean anything. If that's the case. So if you like the video, drop a like. And if you want to support the channel, drop a subscription. If you disagree or agree, drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts about the fight. But other than that, appreciate your support. Hey, Jeff Picks, signing out.